Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and today we're going to take a look at the first signature, the two wraps that I did the other day, and see how they turned out, and probably trim them down. And after we trim them down, we'll start working on the next signature, signature number 2. Yeah, let's get started, but we need to watch this first. Well, here we go. Wrap 2, signature 1. This is the one that had a lot of wrinkles in it, and it's just as smooth as you could ever want. Of course, I do need to get a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about that today. I'll probably take that off later on. Before I do the assembly, I'll take that off. I might do it today. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, this is the inside, that's the outside, I believe. We'll figure it out. Let's take a look at wrap 1. Signature 1. Wrap 1. And of course this is the title page. Nice and smooth. Everything turned out pretty good. Kind of happy with this. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and trim these. So let me get set up to do some trimming, and then we'll continue on from there. Alright, I'm going to start with this area down here. Move this so that it's even with the paper. And I'm sure you've noticed that I don't have the same side up. This is the side of this mat that I use for cutting. The other side I don't cut on. No, not at all. And I did notice that, of course, we have this angle here and we have an angle up there. That is the same as the cover, and every single wrap is like that. So am I going to fix it? No. I'm just gonna put it back together the way it was. About right there. And then this one started up here. And this is a new blade. I'm always changing blades in my knives. I buy them by the 100 because I go through them pretty quick. Turned out all right. And I've changed my mind on something else too. I'm going to take a little bit of water here. Dip a Q-tip or a cotton swab in it. Get rid of some of this excess pulp that I don't need. Now there's a lot of different ways to do it, but I like doing it this way. And I'm not putting enough water in it on it to cause a tide mark. So there we go. I think that's good enough for that one. Get the other one out. And we're going to do the tide marks before I trim this. Okay, that one I got a little too much water on. That's good enough. Let's cut this like this first. Cut this corner. Unfortunately, I didn't do that with the second signature, so it's not going to look right. I think that's about right. You know what? I'm going to turn this one over. There we go. Number 4, number 3. So this goes like this. That's number 5. That's number 2. And I want to put the signatures back together. As I go. It's just going to make it easier in the long run if I do it this way. Alright, that one's back together. I'm going to get set up and we'll get rocking and rolling on that next signature. And okay, I got it set up. Now there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. Number one is there's a space here and there's a tear here, and I can feel spots of glue still on here. And I need to take all of that off. And then I'm going to want to fill these spaces. Question is, do I want to use Tengujo and just hide it? Because you're never going to see those because it's on the other side of the staple. Or do I want to fill them with pulp? And I'm leaning towards filling them with pulp. I just think that would be the best way to go. Yeah, this has a pretty good spot of glue, and there's some glue here, a little bit down here too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet it down, and this is the first wrap of the second signature. I'll wet it down with calcium hydroxide and methyl cellulose and a tiny bit of soap, not much, just a skosh. And I'm not going to put the other Kollecting on it yet because I want to remove that glue first. So that's what we're going to do. Let me go get what I need to do that. Now the reason I said let me go get what I need to do that is because my bottle was almost empty and I needed to fill it. So let's go ahead and wet it down. And I probably should have gone ahead and done it the other way first, but I'm not too concerned with that. All right, I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then I'll come back. Well, you know what? I'm going to see if it loosened any of that at all right off the bat. Not yet. It's going to have to soak for a few minutes, I think. Actually, this part of it, that's pretty good. Yeah, we've got some, right here is where I need to get that off. But I want to, oh, it's coming off real nice, real easy. Good job. And what I'm doing is I'm just removing the glue that's still on there. And I have some wraps that have, or some signatures and wraps that have a lot of glue on them. So I'm kind of testing it out on this one. Still feel some there. So I can have, when I get to those that have a lot of glue, I can have a method of getting it done. Almost got it all. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not. Last little bit of glue right there. Okay, I'm not feeling any glue on it now, and that's a good thing. So put this other piece of Kollecting on it. Now this has some pulp on it, but I'm using the opposite side that has the pulp, so that's a good thing. And we're going to go ahead and take some of that off. Yeah. Like that. Now we'll smooth it down. flip it over. Get it nice. Alright, let me squeegee this off a bit. We'll flip it over again. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of tannin out. Like I said, I'm not trying to get all of it out. I just want to get it to where it needs to be. I'm going to rinse it with some water. Turn it over one more time. A little more water. As Salesboy Comics would say, got it nice and moist. Now we're going to roll this back. And yes, I am going to do exactly what you think I'm going to do. Right. Let's take this. Put it here. A little bit of Mylar there. There's that other piece that I had right there. Alright. Now comes the fun part. I'm using a slightly different oops, that wasn't good. We'll just move that back over. We're going to pretend we didn't see that. We're going to pretend that never happened. I thought I had this one liquefied down enough. Maybe I should have run it for about 10 minutes. This is one of the formulas that I came up with when I was doing that Tarzan comic. I want a little extra right in here, and that pretty much used it. And I think this one might match a little closer to the color. Put my other piece of Mylar down that I used to flatten it. Have any left in here? No, not really. This part down here was pretty solid, so I'm going to take some of this and move it up here. And just spread it back out a little bit. All right, let's roll this back over. And of course, you know, I forgot to put the methyl cellulose on that, and I'm not going to worry about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over after I flatten that out a little more, and I'll put the methyl cellulose on the back side. And I think that'll be fine. So, get my piece of my PVC roller here. Flatten out that pulp real good. I'm going to turn it over just like it is. I'm experimenting, okay? Give me a break. Now we're going to roll this one over. Roll this one back. Rolling this Polytex That's the way to go. That's Jerry the Jitterbug keeps telling people you need to roll your Kollecting, and he's right. Now, what to do with my methyl cellulose? Now my methyl cellulose, don't have a brush. Alright, got my methyl cellulose, got my brush, we're good to go. Dip the brush in. Yeah, I should have put this on the other side before I put that pulp on there, but you know, I make mistakes. That's how we learn. We make mistakes, we learn. There you go. Methyl cellulose on. Roll the Kollecting back. Make sure it's nice and flat. And I don't care if you people don't like my little squeegee. I love it. I'll see if I can. I'll put a link to where I got this. I got it from Amazon. I think it's like $4, $5, something like that. I'll leave a link in the description for anybody that wants to pick one up. I think it's a great item. I like the silicone tip. It's less prone to cause any damage, I think. And we're gonna remember to put a paper towel down first. Nice and wrinkly paper towel. Peel it back off. Make sure I don't, okay. I just want to take the paper towel off. It's nice and wet. I have another paper towel here, and these are used. I've used them before. That's why they're nice and flat. Put my flip the whole thing over. Get another paper towel. Another nice wrinkly paper towel. We use that to take some more water off. This is not the one I'm going to leave on there. Look at all them wrinkles. Get another paper towel. Not so wrinkly. Another piece of Teflon. And that's ready to go into my cold press for a few hours. Actually, for a little while, because I am going to do the other one as well. So the other one doesn't need any fill, so that's not a big deal. be right back. All right, we got another piece of Kollecting down. We're going to go ahead and spray it. And then we'll take our wrap. This is that was my knee hitting the table. This is Wrap 2, Signature 2, or Signature 2, Wrap 2. Now we don't have to worry about any glue on this one because this one was inside the one that I just did. So all we're going to do on this is wet it down with the methyl cellulose and water. And well, it's not just methyl cellulose, calcium hydroxide, methyl cellulose, water, and a teeny tiny bit of soap. I think I added 2 drops to almost a gallon of this stuff, so that's a teeny tiny bit of soap. I'll just smooth that out a little bit. That's not good. I can feel the crease, so we'll pull it a little bit. Don't do this at home unless you've lost your mind like me. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Don't feel that crease anymore. We'll take second piece of Kollecting. Okay, I see where the pulp is on that one. And put that down and try to get all the wrinkles out of it. Now the pulp I used on that last one, I don't think I added any methyl cellulose to that mix. That's something I just started doing on the last mixture I made with the Tarzan. So that was an earlier mixture, so I don't think there is any methyl cellulose on it, which explains why I wanted so much to add it in. Alright, we're going to let that sit for a little while. Not too long. And then we'll go to the next section, next part of it. So it's been about 10 minutes. Let's squeegee this down. Getting a little yellow out of it. We'll use some water on it. Squeegee that off. Now we're going to turn it over. Look at all those 8-track tapes. I remember 8-track tapes. Remember when it would change tracks, you'd get a loud thunk. Used to have Inagata DeVita on the 8-track tape. And about 3/4 of the way through, it would go ka-thunk. Tales of my youth. That's its water again. And then we're going to squeegee it off again. Almost done with this one. What do you think I'm going to do next? Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to separate the Kollecting and I'm going to roll it over. If you're not rolling your Kollecting, you're doing it wrong. Why did I do that? If I'm not going to use any pulp on it, just because I'm not using pulp on it doesn't mean I don't want to put methyl cellulose on it. Because the water is going to remove some of the sizing from the paper. And the methyl cellulose will add it back. It's a different type of sizing, but it's still sizing. And there's lots of different ways you can buy methyl cellulose. You can buy the scientific grade, you can buy the food grade, you can buy it in pouches, you can buy it in jars, all different kinds of ways. But you know what? It's all the same stuff. We will put this back down, we will get the wrinkles out of it. We will get a paper towel. Pull it off. Put another paper towel on. Flip the whole thing over. Paper towel again. Well, that looks like a good one. Maybe I want to try this other one. No, they're both good, so. Now this isn't one tape, this is 2 layers of paper towels, by the way. So. Not just 1 layer. Alright, this is going to go in the press along with the other one. We'll pick this up again tomorrow. For you, of course, that'll be like a half a second. And yeah, see you then. It's the next day. Let's see the results. Hopefully I won't have to put them in a heat. Now I will admit that when I changed the paper towel the last time, I did lift the Kollecting off of the pages and looked at them. Yeah, just I was curious. But also what that did was it loosened up where I had done the pulp fills or the leaf casting. So that actually helped it out a little bit. And it should make it smoother when I take it off now. This one turned out really nice. This is Wrap 2 section or Signature 2. And I like the way it turned out. I just go ahead and fold it over like I did on that first signature. That's page number 10. Set that off to the side. Yeah, I like the way that, and it's dry. It's completely dry, which is not a big surprise because it was hot yesterday. But I live in Texas, so of course. All right, here's the one we want to see, right? This is the one I did the leaf casting on. Not too bad. I've got some areas that I need to clean up, but overall I'm kind of happy with it. Yeah, I need to clean it up here and here. Let's take a look at the other side. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Nobody's going to see this part of it, but they will see this and this. So let's go ahead and get that cleaned up. We got a little bit of water here and my cotton swab. We'll see what we can do about cleaning that up a little bit. Maybe you need a little bit more water on it. Don't want too much. There we go. That's got it. Sometimes you get an old comic and it's gotten wet and it has part of another comic on the cover. And you can use this method I'm using to take these, the excess pulp. You can use this same method to remove paper from a cover. And it is my preferred method to do that. Okay, I got it all off the panel. That's the main thing I wanted to do. But now I have some down here I still need to get to. Not the finest job in the world, but it'll do. And then this last part here. This area is actually kind of critical. Is there any on there? You know what? That's just the way the comic is. That's just the way it is. Okay, we can live with that. We'll let all that dry out. I need to trim a little bit off the top here. It's not going to be an easy one to do, but we'll go ahead and do that. Turn this over. Turn that over. And when I trim it, I'm just going to be real careful, because this comes this way and this goes this way. I'm just going to trim it with my eyeball, my calibrated eyeball here. I believe that's got it. This one has to fold, let's see, 12, 9, 8. Okay, this one folds this way. And this is going to be a little more difficult to fold, so we're going to put that in there. Give me something to fold against. Might have to moisten that a little bit, get a little steam on it. Because it is a little thicker through there. I think we got it. I probably should have steamed it though. But I see the holes where the holes were. So signature 2 complete. And what I'm doing as I go, you see, these are the ones I have to do, and these are the ones I've done. So as I do his signature, I'll take it out. I'll slide it behind this one. And this will keep them in order. Because otherwise I'll forget what goes where and I'll have it all messed up. So there we go. And if you look at it, you can see how the cut is off on it. And if we actually measure it, we get 12 inches on that side and 12 3/8 on that side. So there is a question that I have concerning which wraps I do or show. I'm gonna take and try to film it all anyway. But the second wrap of each of these is pretty much going to be the same as the second wrap that I just did. So do you want me to show those on the video and make it each video a little longer, or do you just want me to do the first wrap of each signature, because that's the one that's going to need a little help. That's the one that's going to have a little extra glue, and I'm going to have to do other things to it. Maybe have to do a little leaf casting. But the second wraps, I shouldn't have to do any of that stuff too. Now, if I do have to do something to the second wrap, of course I'm going to show that. But if I don't have to do anything to it other than the calcium hydroxide, methyl cellulose, do I even need to show you that anymore? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And in the meantime, don't forget, tonight, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time, my live stream, Coffee with Chaos. It's going to be fun. I'm going to show some Tower of Shadows. I'm going to show some creatures on the loose. I'm going to show all of them. 1 through 9 and 10 through 37. You don't want to miss it. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye. Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and we're going to take a look at these first two wraps. Of course, I had to heat press them for a little while, and then one thing led to another, and it's been a full day.